Will here in the morning show on Q92.7 FM and WQEL.com. Thanks for your time this morning. One of Hollywood's most beautiful faces for 30 years, 3 decades. I'm telling you, it's just not possible. She was named one of People Magazine's 50 most beautiful people in 2011. And she's with us on the phone this morning, but that's not why she's with us on the phone. Actress Jennifer Beals. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for calling this morning. And let's talk about your life at 50 now. What are you into now?
What am I into?
Yeah.
I love open water swimming. I've been actively producing a project for HBO with Lauren Shuler Donner and Oren Moverman, and I'm acting and writing and trying to be as engaged with my life as I possibly can.
You're a pretty decent photographer, from what I understand. Yes.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Nothing you take real seriously. More of a hobby, then, right?
Well, I don't know. I think to really call yourself a photographer, I really think you need to dedicate. I think you need to dedicate every day to doing that.
Sure, I understand.
I really do. And there was a time when I did dedicate every day to doing it, but I haven't done it in a while. And I just recently, actually, it's funny you mentioned this, though, because there's been this big move to digital, right?
Right.
And I shoot on film, and so that has been incredibly prohibitive because there are so few labs that will develop the film in the way in which I like to develop the film. And I don't have my own darkroom, and nor do I want to spend 8 hours with all those chemicals anymore, which is what I used to do.
Sure, I understand.
Every day. But recently, I decided, I think I'm going to get a digital camera. I think I'm going to do it. And so I walked into Leica the other day and started looking at their cameras and found a couple of things that I really loved, and so I'm going to try that out.
Well, what do you think is the difference what's the significance of a still shot as opposed to what we get now with digital everywhere?
You mean what's the significance of the film and the digital?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah.
The film, for me, what I really liked, I love the surprise of it. It's not, in the beginning, the digital cameras, like everything was in focus. Everything was sharp, which I think is great for sports and, maybe photographing insects. But in terms of people and landscapes, there were things that I wanted to play around with that I couldn't do with the early digital cameras. And all of my friends assured me that everything has changed, and you can, play around with f-stops, you can play around with focal distance, and so lo and behold, I went into Leica, and it was all true. So I think I'm going to try the digital camera, though it won't have the same surprise that film can give you, but it will be a way for me to start engaging with photography in the way that I used to a little bit.
Actress Jennifer Beals with us on the phone this morning. And I told you this before the interview. If someone had told me you were 50, I'd have told them they were smoking something. That's not possible. Do you feel like 50 today is like what 30 was to a lot of women, 20 years ago?
I don't know, because 20 years ago I was 30, so I have no idea. I do think that women are more aware of their own personal and political power, and so I think there is more of a mandate to be engaged fully with your life no matter what your age. So that there's no notion that, you're 50, it's over now. I'm hoping that most women don't feel that way today. I think it's, you're 50 and you get up in the morning and you think, what do I get to do today? I've learned so much thus far, and what can I do with what I've learned to create something for myself and the rest of the world at this point.
Skin, especially for women in their 40s and 50s, is such a big deal, and women are always wanting to look younger as much as possible. What sort of approach do you take to remain looking like you're not 50?
Well, I think it starts with your thoughts. I think, as I said, staying engaged with your life in a positive way and finding out, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with this time on Earth is really helpful. I think paying attention to your nutrition and treating your body well is really important, and getting enough sleep, and, of course, staying hydrated, and, creating a good skin regime for yourself. Skincare regime.
Skincare, yeah, that's always important to a lot of people. We're speaking with the actress Jennifer Beals this morning. You're a mom as well, a working mom. So how do you balance your professional life and mom life, and how does that work for you?
It works pretty easily, actually. My husband and I are both really engaged, and it seems very doable. But I also don't go to an office every day. I don't have the kind of job where every morning I'm at the office and then I'm at the office late at night. I mean, really, my greatest workload is when I'm working on a film or a TV show, and then the hours are really long. But I'm also in a workspace where my family can come visit me. We can travel together and have experiences together. It's not like the kind of challenges that most women face in their workplace.
Is there a type of TV show, like a drama or a comedy that you'd like to be part of that you haven't?
Gosh, that's a really interesting question. I mean, it would be really fun to be part of a comedy, but I think my genetic makeup is for drama, but it would be fun to be part of a comedy.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been doing acting for a long time. I mean, it's obviously something that, I think you could pull off, but,
Yeah, I think I could. I think I could do it.
Performing in front of a live audience as opposed to not, would that distract you at all, you think, or not?
No, I find it very exciting to perform in front of a live audience. I find it very, very exciting. But there is something about the intimacy of a film or television set that I really like. I really like how the crew becomes, your community, and that you all work together towards telling a story. I really enjoy that sort of communal aspect of being on set.
Actress Jennifer Beals with us on the phone this morning. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the movie Flashdance, and it's been, 30 years since that movie came out. What, being part of that movie and then watching that movie as a younger woman, and now maybe watching the movie now, are there differences, things that have changed over the last 30 years that you view that movie differently?
Well, it's funny. When I see the movie, and I saw part of it recently because there was a celebration of the film at the Cinematheque in Los Angeles, and I watched part of the film. And what I'm most struck by is it's so shocking to me that I'm that person, I'm that actor. Not that I'm obviously that character, but I look back at that film and I think, oh my goodness, look at that young girl. I want to take care of her. Like, I'd love to sit down and talk to her. And just give her a few tips.
What do you tell aspiring actors or actresses nowadays when they come to you for professional advice?
I tell them to start writing. Learn to write. And if you don't know how to write, find a friend and figure it out, because I think it's a really great way of making sure the stories that you're interested in get told, and it's a great thing to do hand in hand with acting.
Actress Jennifer Beals, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks very much for the phone call, and feel free to stop back when you can, okay?
My pleasure.
Thanks very much.